Peace, love, and light to anybody watching this video. Quick disclaimer: my my content, my videos, and any information shared thereon is for educational purposes only. Can't stress enough for you guys to do your own research. None of us have lived long enough to learn, no, to know all there that took place yesterday, and none of us can live long enough to learn all there is to know. Decided to do a little quick video, man, because I come across people all the time, man, and during the conversations that I have with these individuals, you know, this pandemic and all of these so-called diseases come into play, and basically, man, my take on all of it is, man, is I just encourage everybody, man, to do your own research, man. I can't stress it enough, man. When you look at, well, first of all, if you do some research and, you'll find that as far back as the 1700s, man, depopulation has been a thing, for those in power. So, with that being said, man, you can basically look up any of these diseases that you want and find that there's a patent number associated with them. So anybody that I'm gonna say that again. Let me go back. You can look up any of these diseases and find that there are patent numbers associated with every one of them. So with that being said, common sense would indicate that they're man-made. You know, um, to take it even further, it goes in accordance with what I said. Depopulation has been a thing since the 1700s, and you can check every 100 years, damn near every damn near every turn of the century. If give or take however many years, but you do the research, you'll see it for yourself. Some type of plague, mysteriously falls out the sky. Um, you know, I ain't knocking nobody, decided to, trust the government or, you know, believe what, has been put out there. That's your life. And it's your biological property that you're sacrificing, without doing any research and just blindly following, with the same group of people, that at every turn either have passed laws that do no service, and a lot of times you don't even know about these things. Just like when Obama was in office, it's a bunch of things that he passed that do us no service, you know. Um, in my opinion, the only thing that he did do um, was pass the rights on indigenous people. You know, um, it would have been better had he went the Aboriginal route because a lot of times I find that just a lot of us, man, we just go along go along with whatever, man, or this the way things is. Yeah, okay. I mean, granted, I give you that. It's the narrative that they push, but you know, the way I look at it, man, it just shows how docile we've become. In general, as a populace, put skin tone and all that aside, man, because that's a joke. That's a joke that they Again, if you look up the legal ramifications of white and black, look up the Christian black codes. I mean, it's just a lot, man. I mean, a lot of people I see, it's evident that a lot of people, you know, they do everything but research. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not saying that as a knock to anyone. I'm saying what I'm saying to bring awareness, to those, you know, um, to those of us, that may not be enlightened to the reality of things that are transpiring. Regardless of whatever guise or facade or you know pretenses they're put out on the mass media, newspaper, television news, all kind of you got to remember, man, these people control the information. It's they could tell you whatever they want you to know. That's what they've been doing anyway. So I mean, it's up to every individual, excuse me, to do their own research and figure things out for themselves. You know what I mean? Because it's your life at the end of the day. Hey man, at the end of the day, man, like I said, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. You know what I mean? I just, it's been on my mind, man, and I felt like I needed to put this out there. You need to do your own research, man. The government was created by man. You know, and now the government is dominating, dictating, and ruling over man. And come on, man. You know, it's so bad now that they don't even hide things, man. They put things right out in your face. Because they've gotten so comfortable, with all the tests and the trial runs that they've done, unbeknownst to the mass public, that's what was being done to see what kind of response they would get. You know, and it's fucked up because like I remember when I was growing up on the west side, man. The police used to catch hell coming in the hood with the bullshit. I grew up with guys, you know what I mean? Shout out to Troy from Broom Street, man. I mean, like, yeah, man, um, casting the, had police take their shit off and shoot the one and whoop their ass. You dig what I'm saying? That's just a light example. You know what I mean? Like, it's shit is different now, man. Like, people done got so docile, man. It's like, you know, no heart. I'd rather pull out a phone and get off him, leave him alone, man. What the fuck, nigga? What they do to one of us, they'll do to any of us. Don't wait till it hits your doorstep. You know what I mean? Like it should. I mean, I ain't saying just to go against the so-called authorities, but I mean at the end of the day, man, like they people too. They want to go home too. You know what I mean? They bleed too. You know what I mean? And fuck, man, boy, I tell you. It just is what it is, man. Everybody gonna walk their own path. Everybody gonna live how they choose to live. And I ain't trying to change nobody's perception or perspective. I'm just telling you, man, think for yourself, man. Think for yourself, man. If something's coming from the government, man, I mean, long as I've been alive, man, I ain't, once I became aware and conscious, and learned how to research, I can go back my 45 years and I can't find too much of nothing that the government did that benefits the people. If anything, it benefits the rich. Because all that color shit and, like, Taj Tariq Bey, shout out to him. He's the one that informed me and turned me on to them, the crayon analogy. Now, we not crayons, black, white, brown, man, fuck all of that. You know what I mean? It's either you rich or you poor. You know what I mean? And if you're not on the higher end of things, man, then you subjugated to the same shit they subjugating everybody else to. Might take a little longer to get to you, you know. But at the end of the day, man, it's rich and poor. That's it. They don't give a fuck about nobody's life. They don't give a fuck about nobody's condition, circumstances. If that's the case, we wouldn't have so many homeless. All they doing is spending money on the industrial war. On the industrial military complex. Trying to because see they know about things that's coming around, the cycles of things. I told you everything is cyclical. Everything goes in cycles, man. And they know about things that they don't put out there. That's coming around. That's on its way back around. And they trying to find a way to evade it. That's why you got them building all these bunkers and shit and trying to find a way to get out in space and all that bullshit. You know what I mean? Scared to die. Harvesting energy and transferring consciousness into new bodies and shit like that. You got motherfuckers dying and getting killed, and then you find out that they stuffed with newspaper. All their organs and shit is going. And melanin it costs more than gold per ounce. See, y'all not paying attention to the real shit, man. You know what I mean? You gotta, kind of take a step back from being entertained and chasing this money that ain't even backed by nothing. Look up HJR 192, House Joint Resolution 192. You know what I mean? For all of us that have done time, killed, or damn near killed, and died or damn near died chasing this money that ain't worth a motherfucking thing. If you really want to know the truth, then you are actually the living, breathing person that don't know that they constructed a corporate person on paper with the same name you think is yours, and it just comes in all capital letters. And you ain't got to take my word for none of this, man. Do your research. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't watched regular TV or the news or read the newspaper and shit. Over 15 years, man. Just about 15 years. Let me take that back. It's coming up on 15 years. And it's because, man, like, I'm the type, man, I'm not going to keep indulging in things or people that insult my soul. You know what I mean? I ain't no better than nobody. I'm just different. But at the end of the day, man, if something don't resonate with me, man, I'm going to research that shit. I'm going to appraise what the fuck you saying to me. And I just hope that this video, man, encourages more people, to do the same, man. Don't take shit at face value, man, because everybody ain't got your best interest at heart. Matter of fact, nowadays, you'd be lucky to have a group, an individual, let alone a group of individuals that sincerely have your best interest at heart. So, like, man, hopefully, like I said, man, this resonated with somebody, man, or inspired somebody to think beyond that of an average man or woman, because it's a lot of shit coming down the pike, man. You don't believe it, man, go get the book, Behold the Pale Horse. Barnes & Nobles, they got it. And that book was written in 1992. The author had attempts on his life while writing and publishing the book because they got wind that he was doing it. He's no longer with us. But at the end of the day, I came across that book in 1997. And when I tell you from 97 on up to the present, everything that I've read in that book took place. So, hey, man, history is best qualified through research, man. So, like I say in the beginning of all of my videos, man, none of us have lived long enough to know all that transpired yesterday, and none of us can live long enough to know all there is to learn. Do your research, man. Out.